Hello everyone, I am Valen of Spaceships and Psychics, and you read the title right. There's one thing I know can make a person hesitate, it's when a hobby has a price tag applied to entry. While TTRPGs aren't usually quite as expensive as, say, video games, when you're first getting started and aren't sure you're going to like a given playstyle, system, or even the hobby in general, the price tag on all the rule books, setting books, guides, and supplements can start to look like a deterrent. Have no fear, because a surprising amount of game material is available that you can pick up completely free of charge. PDF versions of games are already less expensive than physical books due to lack of need to cover printing costs, but some go past less expensive and into given away, so it's easy to build an extensive digital library without spending a cent. Some will offer a stripped down version of their game for free, while paying will get you a version with extra frills. Others will leave the option to pay or not for product in the customer's hands, and sometimes it's just a free game, simple as that. So I've rounded up a few of these freebies to present to you and give you some new options without ever needing to open your wallet. Abducted is a small, simple game about a human who's been abducted suddenly by aliens. The game is built to be played either solo, with the player taking the role of the abducted human, or co-op, with two players, one playing the human and the other an alien. Instead of using dice, Abducted utilizes a standard deck of cards, with the suits and numbers of the cards you draw used to choose everything from the motivations of the aliens to the hazards you face on the pursuit of getting back home, offering a lot of replayability within the limited premise. Not a game in and of itself, but a game setting, 3 generations after the end contains a post-apocalyptic science fantasy world full of powerful wizards, fanatical techno-priests, beastmen, and the potential for more. Designed to be system agnostic and be paired with multiple games, a selection of monsters and other enemies have stats written out for Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition, Gamma World 4th edition, Savage World, Fate, and Apocalypse World. But nothing says that you can't rig up something to make them suit your game of choice, or cut out the included enemies and simply make use of the lore. Another piece of science fantasy fare, Juggernauts takes place in a world where nothing's been the same since the moon started smiling. Super technology, aliens, undead, werewolves, and whatever else rears its head faces off against the titular Juggernauts, the player characters. A game built on raw, off-the-wall insanity and focusing on over-the-top combat, the numbers are few and there's a lot that's left up to the judgment of the gavel, the in-game term for Game Master, rather than hard-coded in. It's not for everyone, but if gunning down ninja zombies or getting into a katana fight with a gang of cyborgs sounds like a fun Saturday night, it may be worth a look. Archives of the Sky is a unique game taking place in a universe where faster-than-light travel is impossible, and as a result, million-year-old houses have formed of humans who travel vast distances in sleeper ships, skipping over decades of time as they travel without aging a day. The game doesn't use any dice or statistics, instead establishing each character's set of values and then collaborating on telling a story where those values end up in opposition to each other, and the characters must choose together what to stand by and what to compromise. The paid version has artwork, idea prompts, and some alternate rules, but the free version, while bare bones, will still give you everything you need in order to start playing. You there, yes you. Have you ever wanted to rule your own planet? Well, you're in luck because the Argle Flargle Blargian Empire is practically giving them away right now. At Intergalactic Titles, for the low price of 50,000 credits, you can be crowned ruler of your own planet and be able to show off your new title of Flippity-Jib, Whatsit, or Gobbledygook on your Imperial ID. Follow the link in the description and use the code Spaceships and Psychics to get 25% off your first planet purchase.
Intergalactic Titles makes no promises about the habitability of the planets on offer, nor do they guarantee that non-Imperial worlds will recognize the titles granted through this service. No refunds.
When a creator calls their work an engine, they're rarely exaggerating. The free Cepheus Engine system resource document is over 200 pages of dense material, explaining core rules for everything from skills, to combat, to psionic powers, to space exploration, and much more. While there's a lot to it, the free document is very much a tool for you to bring to your own personal setting and story, as it only contains the core material of the game and not a game world to play in. In a sharp contrast to the dense Cepheus engine, a PDF of Bellbot is 12 pages long, including its cover pages and its included character sheet. It's a short, solo game about being a robotic bellboy in an interstellar hotel and doing your job to the best of your ability to keep from being fired, in a setting where fired is a euphemism for being melted down into scrap. Quick and quirky, if you like more comedic sci-fi like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, this may be right at home on your shelf. Kapow is a superhero RPG that uses the SFX system with the aim of creating a game that feels like a comic book brought to life and doesn't bog itself down with unnecessary numbers. Its primary rule is to ask yourself, does this sound like something from a superhero comic book? And if yes, proceed, with any dice rolling coming as a far second. So if an evening of acting out a team of superheroes and playing every trope of the genre to the hilt is your idea of a fun time, check it out. And that's all for this roundup. Let me know in the comments if anything's caught your eye, and if you do give it a shot, what you think of it. The sheer volume of free material out there is one of the things I love about TTRPGs, and one of the things that inspired me to help get new people into the hobby. With so much out there, I plan to do plenty more of these in the future. But for now, I'm Valen of Spaceships and Psychics, signing off.